What happens when a server exposes their boss during a surprise health inspection? I've been shadowing health inspectors for 2 years, but nothing prepared me for what went down at this Italian place downtown last Tuesday. The owner, Lorenzo Giovanni, immediately started following us around making excuses. Inspector, the freezer's just temporarily warm, Lorenzo insisted. Inspector Whitlock checked his thermometer. Sir, it's been broken for weeks according to this log. That's a different kind of warm. Whitlock stared at him. Chicken shouldn't be room temperature. Lorenzo shrugged. It's Italian room temperature. Inspector Whitlock was already exhausted. I'd like to speak with your staff privately. The newest server walks over carrying a laptop and a 3-ring binder. This girl came prepared. Inspector Whitlock raises an eyebrow. That's quite a collection. Thank you, sir. I believe proper documentation ensures public safety. How long have you worked here? She opens her binder and pulls out a tab. 6 weeks, but I've compiled 3 months of evidence. 3 months? Yes, sir. I've been documenting violations since my interview, sir. What kind of violations? Let's start with slide 1. She shows a photo. This is Lorenzo washing chicken with dish soap because he says it kills more germs than just water. Slide 2. Lorenzo's storage system. Raw meat above vegetables because gravity makes the juices add flavor. Slide 3. Lorenzo reusing oil from 2019. He calls it seasoned oil with heritage. And slide 4. Lorenzo's 5-second rule, which he extends to 30 seconds if the food looks expensive. Inspector Whitlock is struggling to stay professional. What else should I know? Lorenzo doesn't believe in expiration dates. He says they're suggestions from the government. She pulls out another photo. This is Lorenzo's homemade mayonnaise from last summer. It's green now, but he says that's just herbs settling. How is it green? Lorenzo says natural fermentation adds probiotics. I have a chemistry degree, sir. That's botulism. She clicks to the next slide. This is Lorenzo using the same knife for everything. Raw chicken, vegetables, birthday cake without washing it. He calls it flavor layering. Whitlock calls Lorenzo back over. Your server has raised some serious concerns. Sir, what did she say? He was visibly sweating. She's documented numerous health violations with photographic evidence. The server suddenly barges back in. I'm not finished yet, Mr. Whitlock. These are screenshots of our Yelp reviews from the past 6 months. Whitlock leans in closer. This one says got food poisoning 3 times, but the owner insisted it was just my weak American stomach. She scrolls down. This customer went to the ER after our special seafood pasta. Lorenzo told them the tingling sensation meant it was working. Working? Lorenzo interrupts. The flavors were activating their taste buds. The server continues. This review mentions finding a band-aid in their lasagna. Lorenzo gave them 10% off and said it was good luck in Italian culture. Whitlock's face goes pale. And this one, she pauses, describes what they call the worst 72 hours of their life after eating here. They attach their hospital bill. Lorenzo waves dismissively. That customer was being dramatic. She pulls out a folder. This is my hand-washing log for Lorenzo. Notice how every page is blank? That's because he hasn't washed his hands once before food prep this month. But this folder, she holds up a thick binder, documents the 17 times he's touched raw meat, then immediately made salads. Lorenzo crosses his arms defensively. Sir, soap dries out my skin. Whitlock turns to him in disbelief. Lorenzo, you served raw chicken last week. Lorenzo actually smiles at this. It was chicken tartare, very European. The server shakes her head. Sir, that's not a thing. Lorenzo points at her accusingly. What about her? The server doesn't miss a beat. Sir, she flips to another section in her binder. Lorenzo, you told me to microwave frozen steaks to thaw them faster than mark them as fresh. Lorenzo looks at the ground, mumbling. That was only 5 times this week. Whitlock's pen stops moving. The server leans forward. Sir, 5 times this week. Inspector Whitlock is visibly horrified. How do you handle customer complaints? Lorenzo tells them they don't understand authentic Italian cuisine and bans them from the restaurant. And your food safety training? Lorenzo printed certificates from a website called totallylegitimatefoodcerts.com. The website doesn't even exist anymore. It was shut down for fraud. Inspector Whitlock starts writing furiously. Did you document all this yourself? Yes, sir. My professor helped with the bacterial cultures, but all the evidence is mine. What do you think should happen here? She thinks seriously. Immediate closure. Maybe Lorenzo can take real food safety classes. Whitlock looks at Lorenzo. Your server makes valid points. I'm shutting this place down immediately pending complete renovation and recertification. Lorenzo's jaw drops. But this is a family business. Whitlock doesn't look up. Not anymore. The server pumps her fist. Finally. As we're leaving, I hear her tell Lorenzo, don't worry. You make great garlic bread. You're just really bad at not poisoning people. This girl's gonna be a health inspector someday or run her own restaurant.